In the village of Umuada, people feared things they could not explain, but nobody suspected Ogechi. She was known as a quiet woman, always smiling, always greeting. When John first brought Ada home, the compound was full of joy. "Good evening, Mama," Ada said softly, kneeling down. Ogechi smiled. "Stand up, my daughter. You are welcome." John smiled proudly. "Mama, this is the woman I want to marry." Ogechi looked at Ada from head to toe. She is fine." But later that night, her face changed. "John," she called. "Yes, Mama." "You will not marry that girl." John frowned. "Why, Mama? I love her." Ogechi's voice became cold. "Love does not feed a man. That girl will bring you nothing but trouble." John shook his head. "Mama, I have made up my mind." Ogechi's eyes darkened. "Then you will regret it." The wedding preparations continued. Music, food, laughter filled the air. Ada walked happily through the village, greeting people. "I can't wait for the wedding," her friend said. Ada laughed. "Me too. John is a good man." Suddenly, a strange bird flew down and brushed her shoulder. "Ah!" Ada jumped. Her friend laughed. "It's just a bird." Ada smiled. "Yes, nothing serious." But far away, on top of a tall tree, Ogechi watched. She laughed. Ogechi whispered, "She does not know death has touched her." That evening, the village was shaking. "Ada is dead," someone shouted. "What happened?" people cried. "Car accident." John fell to the ground. No, this is not true." He held his head, crying. "Why her? Why now?" Ogechi rushed to him, pretending to be weak. "My son," she cried, "this is so painful." John hugged her. "Mama, I am broken." Ogechi closed her eyes, hiding her smile. "It is well, it is well." Inside her heart, she whispered, "One down." Months passed. John slowly healed, but the pain remained. One day, he met another woman named Ifunanya. She was kind, gentle, and patient. "Are you sure you are ready again?" Ifunanya asked. John nodded. "I don't want to live in sadness forever." When he brought her home, Ogechi forced another smile. "You are welcome." But that night, "John," she called again. John sighed. "Mama, please, not again." "You never listen," Ogechi snapped. "That girl will not marry you." John stood firm. "I will marry her." Ogechi laughed softly. "We shall see." Days later, Ifunanya was helping in her shop. Suddenly, a snake crawled quietly and brushed against her leg. "Jesus!" she shouted. People rushed. "What happened?" "It's just a snake," someone said. Ifunanya laughed nervously. "I'm fine." But that night, as she tried to fix a faulty wire at home, zap! A loud scream filled the air. "She has been electrocuted," neighbors cried. John ran there, shaking. "Not again, not again." He fell to his knees. "Who is doing this to me?" Ogechi stood behind, shaking her head. "Chai, what kind of bad luck is this?" But inside her, she laughed again. 2 down. In the same village lived an old woman named Nwakaego. She watched everything carefully. "This is not ordinary," she muttered. Her granddaughter asked, "Grandma, what do you mean?" Nwakaego whispered, "Every woman that comes near John dies, and her mother, her eyes are not clean." One evening, she confronted Ogechi. "Ogechi," she said, "what are you hiding?" Ogechi smiled slowly. "Old woman, mind your business." Nwakaego stepped closer. "I know you are behind those deaths." Ogechi's smile disappeared. That night, the wind blew heavily. Nwakaigo heard a strange sound outside. "Who is there?" she asked. A shadow moved. Suddenly, a sharp cry cut through the night. By morning, the village gathered. "Nwakaigo is dead." "How?" people asked. "No one knows." John stood there confused and afraid. "This is not normal," he said. Ogechi stood beside him quiet, watching everyone. And for the first time, fear entered the village because something evil was walking among them and nobody knew who would be next.